Here are the horoscopes for the week of the 4th to the 10th of April 2022. Now, over the last couple of years we've had a lot of energy in the signs of Capricorn, Aquarius and Pisces. And this has been finishing up a long cycle, as these are the last signs of the zodiac. So there was 2 years of deep pressure in Capricorn, forcing us to let go of the old, to find our inner authority, to lose attachment to external structures, and to rebuild from a place of authenticity. And that was with particularly Pluto and Saturn meeting together in Capricorn. So we're letting go of the old ways, we're letting go of limitation, a lot of density, and giving our power away to external forces. Pluto remains in Capricorn, holding the fort there, like an anchor, reminding us to stay integral and strong. In the sign of Aquarius, last week we had Venus meeting with Saturn, and we spoke about that. And this week we've got Mars meeting with Saturn. So Mars and Saturn together in the sign of Aquarius has a sense of strength and warrior spirit, knowing what's right, what we stand on and for, possibly a sense of fighting for the underdog, but coming from our deep and wise core and staying strong in our convictions, having challenged them to make sure that they're true. So we've gone through the updating process. Now we can blaze strong and bright like a fiery beacon. There could be some tussles that come up with this aspect, as each planet and sign does have inherent challenges within. So Mars can be fiery, potentially anger. Saturn can be too stern and too strict. Could be issues around masculine energy, authority figures, injustice of some sort. But all of this is to make you stronger and more self-supportive. Having a look at where we use our energy. Mars and Saturn together could be exhaustion. We're putting our energy into things out of responsibility or taking on too much of the load. But then the positive aspect of that would be to decide to break through to where we put our energy and whether it's nourishing or draining. But largely in the sign of Aquarius, we hold a vision of what's right. We hold a frequency of what we're attracting. Be the change you want to see would be a good phrase that would go with this aspect. So it's strong, brave, integral and right on a universal scale. That's going to be the feeling that can only be felt deep within. In the middle of the week, Venus moves into Pisces, and by the 16th, Mars moves into Pisces, so that in essence will only leave Saturn holding the fort in Aquarius. So Pluto remaining in Capricorn, Saturn remaining in Aquarius, all the energy now forges forwards into Pisces, which is the end of a cycle, the end of the zodiac. And Venus moving in the middle of the week will open the door for us to be able to feel this more deeply. Intuition, inner knowing, old wisdom, psychic abilities. When we live in such a rational world, designed on the physical, mental plane, there can often not be much time to be still and to tune in. But as I say, as we're now choosing where we put our energy, choosing the pace that we live at, what we give energy to, and letting go of busyness and responsibility, then a really good exercise this month is to go back into the depths, to connect with your intuition, what you truly know from your inner intelligence, rather than the processing mind. Sniff the breeze, take the temperature of the waters, and get connected much more deeply with what you already know. We're in an age of remembering, and this comes from the heart centre. So Venus being the heart and Pisces the etheric waters, allow lots of space and time and quiet this week. Reconnect with that knowing, your divine inner guidance system. And this is a perfect antidote to the overstimulation of the information that we're bombarded with, which can cause anxiety and confusion. So a deeply relaxing aspect there with Venus in Pisces, but on a challenging level that could bring up some very old wounds, trauma, childhood, emotional baggage to be cleared. So allow that process. Allow yourself to feel, to reflect, but don't belong to it. We're let go of the story now, so it's not to keep reliving it, but to go back to the source of where we picked up any damage, and to be able to review that with new eyes, to realise the lesson and let go of the pain. But the big story this week is that Jupiter and Neptune are meeting at the other end of Pisces, 22 to 23 degrees. Very important in Pisces. Have a look what you have there, because you may be one of the people that's come here to hold the energy of breakthrough that we're experiencing at this time. So this week feels like a retreat. Honour your energy, and some of you that might be the prime focus, to hold a frequency for the big changes that are coming through. So Jupiter will pass over Neptune, and Neptune rules Pisces. Jupiter will pass over and move into Aries, and that will leave just Neptune in Pisces. So we've got the big planets staying behind, anchoring the energy of the old signs as we move forwards in this year. But this crossing over point, which hasn't happened since I think it was 1856, so 160 something years ago, is one of the signature notes of this year. So Jupiter wants to clear space. It's our majesty. It's the queen or king archetype within us. The permission to step into your power, to clear the way, and then to be able to radiate in the space that we've created, like the powerful manifestors that we are, sending out waves and receiving back on those high frequencies. And Neptune is our tuning fork, where we can really feel beyond the five senses. This is our spiritual guidance system. And through tuning into Neptune, we can see which way the waters of life are flowing. So really a tune out to tune in feeling with Jupiter Neptune. And having come through all of the Capricorn breakdown to break through energy, then the veils are lifted with this one. We've passed through into a new dimension, really. Illusions and delusions drop as we look out onto a whole new landscape, sovereign and strong, centered and connected. And as we go through the rest of April, and we really step into the fiery, let's go energy of Aries, and we can start to put all of this into action. So in all, we're coming to an end of a very, very old cycle, all about coming home to self and permission to express our true essence. Find out who we truly are. We have to let go of who we're not, and that's how we let go of the past. By letting go of the past, the density, the baggage, we raise our frequency. We're open to receive higher consciousness, deeper inner guidance, less reliant on trying to have the mind run the show, and more in love with dancing in the winds of change. So if you'd like to see where this is happening for you, I am available one-to-one online for chart readings, where we can find the best use of your energy and help you to align in the coming year as things get a lot more active. I also teach as I go along, or have custom courses if you'd like to learn astrology, numerology, tarot and more. And I have coaching sessions if you want to really get deep and dig the weeds, clear the past and freshen yourself up. So contact me for that, zoehind7@gmail.com. These videos and more are on my YouTube channel, Zoeastro. I also post the link on my Facebook @AstroZoe and Instagram, zoehind7. So a divine retreat of a week. Not going to get this energy again. Really appreciate we're being guided home here after decades of striving and struggling in the illusion. We're being given the tools and the memories to take us back to the power that we never really lost, and the purpose that's been patiently waiting while we were distracted. It's quietly pulsing in every cell of our being, ready to activate. So those are the horoscopes of this week, and I'll see you next week.